My name is Sarah. I am 36 years old, living in Texas, and I work as a dentist. My life has always been ordinary, filled with long work days and endless patience. I never looked for mysteries. I simply lived each day as it came, until 3 months ago when everything changed. My father died suddenly in a car accident. I was supposed to visit him that weekend, but I postponed the trip, telling myself there was time. There wasn't. When the call came, I felt the words echo inside me. Gone, without goodbye. I kept repeating to myself in the nights that followed, I should have gone sooner. After the funeral, his house stood empty. It fell to me to clear it out, but I avoided the task for weeks, afraid of memories. One Saturday, I finally drove there. The house looked the same, though the paint had faded and the garden was overgrown. Unlocking the front door, I was struck by the smell of wood and dust, scents that carried me instantly back to childhood. I moved room to room, sorting what to keep and what to give away. Yet each object pulled me into the past. The sofa where my father napped, the kettle he used each morning, my childhood room still marked with old posters. Sitting on the bed, I whispered, I am not ready for this. Then my eyes fell on the hallway door at the far end. That door had always been locked. As a child, I once asked about it, and my father said only, that room is not for you. His tone had ended all questions, and though I sometimes wondered, I never tried again. Now, standing in the silent house, I felt drawn toward it. I touched the knob, locked still, but while searching his study, I found a small envelope with my name on it. Inside was a key and a note. Open when you're ready. My hands shook as I walked back. I whispered, What did you hide, Dad? The key turned. The door creaked open. Light spilled across a room frozen in time. A small bed, neatly made, a rocking chair, shelves of toys, books, boxes, black and white photographs hung on the walls. The air felt heavy, as though voices had waited there for years. I stepped inside, touching the objects, a toy car, a stack of storybooks. On the desk, a ribboned wooden box. I opened it. Inside were letters, all in my father's handwriting, but none addressed to me or my mother. They were written to someone named Michael. I frowned, reading. My heart tightened as the truth unfolded. Michael had been my father's first child, my older brother, a boy who died at only 6 years old, long before I was born. Tears blurred the pages as I read letter after letter where my father poured out his grief. He wrote he could never speak of Michael aloud, that the pain was unbearable, so he locked this room and preserved it exactly as it had been. One line made me cover my mouth. Every day I carry you with me, my son, though no one can see it. I whispered, Why didn't you tell me, Dad? Then I read the explanation. He wanted me to grow up free of that grief, to have a childhood unshadowed by loss. But sometimes, he admitted, when he looked at me, he thought of the brother I never knew. At the bottom of the box was another envelope, this one with my name. If you're reading this, then I'm gone, Sarah. You were the joy that carried me through the years after Michael. You were never a replacement, never a shadow. You were my light. But I want you to know the truth. The room was my way of keeping Michael close. Now it belongs to you. Do with it what feels right. I sat on the floor, clutching the letter, surrounded by the toys and photographs of a brother I had never met. I tried to imagine him, bright eyes, maybe a laugh like mine, dreams like mine. The years of unspoken grief pressed down on me. Yet, in that weight was also closeness. My father hadn't spoken of it, but he trusted me to discover it when I was ready. Finally, I rose and looked around one last time. The rocking chair, the bed, the photographs, the last room. I closed the door behind me, but I did not lock it. Outside, the sun was setting. The sky streaked gold and pink. For the first time since his death, I felt a quiet peace. The grief was still there, but no longer just grief. It was also love, memory, and truth. That night, I lay awake thinking about the last room, and I realized something. Every family has such a room. Maybe not a real one, but a hidden place where secrets and sorrows rest. Sometimes we keep them locked away to protect others, sometimes out of fear, but eventually the truth waits. And when we are ready, we open the door.